We will begin as usual with our 15 minutes of seated meditation. The nature of things is fundamental, perpetual silence, open and clear without limits or boundaries. If you place your mind in the midst of grasping and rejecting, you will be under the influence of those two states. Let's chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered, even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. So, as always, make yourself comfortable, relax, grab a beverage if you like. Very good, Robert. Good job, man. Minwei, also. Very good. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope your commute was smooth. There wasn't too much traffic holding you up, or I don't know, some precipitation of some sort, or dust storms, or blinding sun, anything like that. I hope none of that interfered with your travels today. Yeah, so welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Pure Land. Yep, here you are. Didn't actually have to go anywhere. Sun didn't get in your eyes. No rain, no snow. Nothing to impede your progress. Just here you are. So welcome to the Pure Land. Now we've heard Johnson a few weeks ago told us about how he integrates actual Pure Land Shin Buddhism practice into his Zen practice. But this isn't about that. This is the Pure Land that you'll often hear referred to in the sutras. Any number of Zen teachers have referred to it. It's usually thought of as that optimal place. The Pure Land to the west is the optimal place where it'll be easy for humans to attain enlightenment, generally speaking, in their next rebirth. And there are those that take that literally. Absolutely, yes, there is a Pure Land. It's to the west of here, and I want to go there and get enlightenment after I die. And all I have to do is chant Namu Amida Bul X number of times, and it's a done deal. Fair enough. No harm in chanting Namu Amida Bul, mind you. But the Pure Land is described as a place of beauty and peace and tranquility, and it's where you're free from suffering and distractions, and you can focus on attaining enlightenment, becoming awakened. It's like the vast study hall where you can actually read your book without anybody interfering with you or throwing a paper airplane in the back of your head. It's like none of that. It's exactly where you can do whatever it is you need to do to prep yourself. And so, okay, but like I said, welcome to the Pure Land. You're here. Now, it's one of those Zen paradoxes where, on the one hand, you hear about this, oh, it's a perfect place and it's tranquil and it's nice and there's, jewels hanging from trees. And you say to yourself, the only thing I got hanging from my trees right now is a few dead leaves and some icicles. Okay. The only tranquility is like when there's that brief intermittent time between when one car whooshes by and the next one comes the other direction. There's that brief moment in there where there's no whooshing. Okay. In the Vimalakirti Sutra, the Buddha teaches that those who perceive the essential purity is because they have a pure mind. When your mind is pure, the Buddha field is pure, the Buddha land, the pure land is pure. So we've heard that, everywhere from the Eightfold Path that, right outlook, right view, there's that. There's also the direct experience of reality is what our practice is about. There's the mind makes everything aspect to it, where if I make bad, I get bad. If I make good, I get good. And if I don't make anything, then everything is available. So there are those people who would say, yeah, you're really tripping. You have not been paying attention for the past, I don't know, few weeks to 5 years, let's say. How can you say that this is the pure, tranquil, perfect land with all this stuff that's going on? I mean, pandemics, flu season, even bigger this year than usual, all kinds of political turmoil. Shreveport is probably going to be buried under a foot of snow before the winter is over. Not, and who knows what's going to happen in Ho Chi Minh City there. I mean, that could get really interesting. There's all these things that we say, these are horrible things. These are awful things. I don't like them. Well, if you were 6 and you were living in Shreveport, and for the first time in your life, you saw 6 inches of snow on the ground, and you figured out that if you could take like a garbage can lid and skid along down a hill for the first time ever in your life, you might not think it's so bad. But someone who has bald tires and, a car with absolutely no weight to it and has to get somewhere, they might quibble with that description of it as good. But if our mind is pure, then the land is pure. We're in the pure land. If we're not making good and bad, if we're not picking and choosing, if you're not fretting over anything, but specifically, oh, I don't like when it rains. Oh, it's too sunny. Oh, my plants are going to die. all these little things that we tend to spend a lot of time on that maybe we should find someplace a little bit more productive to spend our time. So there are a number of things that we should be cognizant of, let's say, about this right here, this being the Pure Land. You know, this is in that whole sort of samsara is nirvana thing where there's really no dividing line. In fact, is there even anything to divide? I tend to think not, but one thing that we have to bear in mind, be cognizant of, is that like I don't know, what was it? Chicken Little story? Like the sky is falling because, like, you know, clouds came over and rain came down or something like that. Was that story, the Chicken Little thing? Yes, okay, good. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Just as that was an incorrect view, just because we perceive the Pure Land to be defiled doesn't mean it really is. Just like the sun was above all those clouds and that nasty rain coming down on Chicken Little, we've still got the Pure Land right here, and it's pure. It is undefiled. Flat out, the Pure Land. However, your own thinking might make it seem less than pure. Your thinking might make it seem as if, well, it's okay, it's pretty pure, but there's got to be a purer land where, I don't know, there's maybe some sand and a beach, and it's not February in Massachusetts. I could go for that purer land. Nope. Sorry. You're in it. As the old dishwashing detergent television commercial said, you're soaking in it. You are immersed in the Pure Land right now. And it's our job to perceive correctly all situations, all relationships, and what correct function would be in those situations. Making good and bad is not going to cut it. There are too many things going on that are easily obscuring what would normally be easily perceived as the Pure Land. And sometimes it's not even by ourselves, it's by others who are very convincing that this ain't pure. But it is, regardless. There's a list of course there's a list. It's Buddhism. What would Buddhism be without lists? There's a list of things that typify what will result in rebirth in a Pure Land. I'll just go through a few of them here. Charity is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who can give away to charity will be reborn there. Discipline is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he realizes Buddhahood, living beings who have kept the 10 prohibitions will be reborn there. Patience is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings endowed with the 32 excellent physical marks will be reborn there. Devotion is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who are diligent in their performance of meritorious deeds will be reborn there. Serenity, concentration is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings whose minds are disciplined and unstirred will be reborn there. And wisdom is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who have realized samadhi will be born there. And here's the last 4 that I'm going to give you. The 4 boundless minds are the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who have practiced and perfected the 4 infinites, kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and indifference, or equanimity, will be reborn there. Any of those 10 things sound familiar? The last 4 were definitely a giveaway, since it called them the 4. Well, it didn't call them the 4 Buddha Brahma Viharas. Geez, got a glitch on that. The 6 perfections were the other ones mentioned. So basically we're saying, okay, if you practice the perfections and you manifest the elements of the 4 Brahma Viharas, you're acting in accordance with our Bodhisattva vow, right? We're acting in accordance with the Great Way. And we're doing what we can to help all sentient beings. We have the mind of compassion for all beings. Even if they think we're in absolute hell, and there are plenty of people who do these days, and maybe you're one, our outlook has to be one that this is the Pure Land. And it's not some sort of Pollyanna-ish, oh, everything's perfect, I don't need to do anything, because that's not the case. Our direct experience of reality involves us participating directly in reality. It's not like it's reality +1, with me being the +1. I'm part of reality, right? So if I'm going to participate in my own life and the lives of everyone around me, I should do it in such a way that is beneficial to all sentient beings, to everybody. Let's just leave sentient beings out of this and just go with everybody and anybody. When your mind is right, to quote Cool Hand Luke, you're in the Pure Land. When your mind isn't right, you're still in the Pure Land. You're defiled, it isn't. So undefile yourself. Do the right thing, even when it doesn't feel like you should or you wanna. Do what you can to help a sentient being today. So, welcome. Here you are. All right. So we're going to go back for another 15 minutes of seated meditation. And if you wish to understand yourself, you must succeed in doing so in the midst of all kinds of confusions and upsets. Don't make the mistake of sitting dead in the cold ashes of a withered tree. It's about time to chant the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita, perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is safe from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore in emptiness, no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth, until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth, until no old age and death, and also no extinction of it, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva depends on Prajna Paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana in the three worlds. All Buddhas depend on Prajna Paramita and attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra. Proclaim the mantra which says Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhi Svaha. Okay, so let us now dedicate some merit, because I think there are some folks out there who we should be thinking of. All sentient beings are one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We especially dedicate our service to Sienna Wood, Mike Gingy Wood, David Johansson. Would anyone else care to add anyone in?
Charlie.
Anyone else?
Yeah, one for all those in prison for Palestine and all families torn apart by ICE. Thank you.
Any others?
Saint Fam and Mylin Fam.
Anyone else? All beings in the 10 directions subject to the greed, hatred, and delusions of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Maha Prajna Paramita. We'll recite our faith and practice vow. I will never retreat and will be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from the samsaric cycle of birth and death and will definitely see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. Brother Hangdal.
The spiritual source shines clear in the light. The branching streams flow on in the dark. Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. Birds and trees and stars and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We practice and recite this for all beings, and grateful thanks to our many guides along the way.
And we'll recite the 4 great Bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to cut through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes swiftly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature and do not squander your time by night or day.